Hey, good evening. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. So we know what that means. It is time for us to sit down on the couch and chat and go live and talk. Um, I am Donna. My apologies. I am Donna. Welcome in. Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth Get Together, chat them up. You know me. I don't care what we call it, as long as we are here and we are together and we're having a good time. I am Donna once again. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys had a good week. We have one more day, and it's Friday, and then we have the weekend. For those who are off on the weekend, you get a chance to kind of woosah. Hopefully, you'll get some rest and relaxation. If you have to work, we're sorry. But you got to do what you got to do. So I am glad you all are here. I'm glad you all are here. Listen, I always like to start out, and I'm not going to take long tonight because we have a really, really good topic. So I'm not going to go long on this intro. I do have to say this, though. I do have to say this. I, ladies and gentlemen, am not a relationship expert. I'm just a black woman in this world, living this life, doing the damn thing, and enjoying myself in the process. I have been through some ups, I have been through some downs, I have been through some things that could have broken me in pieces, and there's some things that have lifted me. I'm a true believer of you take whatever comes to you in life and you use it in the best way possible. If it's not for you, you take that stuff and you throw it away. If it's for you, you use it to grow. You use it to grow. So there's a criteria for you to be a part of this family. Really quickly, this is the criteria. You have to be single, dating, single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widower. That is the criteria for you to be a part of this family. I guarantee you fall into one of those categories. Here at the Real Life Relationship Growth, we are here to promote and pursue healthy relationships, whether it's with your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your siblings, your mother, your aunts, whatever it is. We fall under that whole dynamic of the family network. And that starts with, of course, the mother and the father. Anything under that, we're here to protect, we are here to build. Every relationship is not perfect because we're imperfect people, but we're here to do our best. So, let's get started. Let me bring my people, because y'all know I love my family. I love my friends. I'm a big family person. I'm the one that don't really like to travel by herself, so I'm gonna find somebody to bring along and we're gonna have a good time. And every Thursday night at 8 o'clock is no different. So let me do what I normally do. Let me bring in the faces. We got some new faces, we got some old faces, but we cannot do this without starting out with my girl, Miss Corey B.
Hey.
What's up, babe?
Oh, everything's great. How you doing?
Everything's good. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Ooh,
Ooh,
ladies
ladies
first.
first. Ladies
Ladies
first.
first.
And I know Mark losing his mind, but so what?
Yes, yes, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. All right. And next we got my girl, Miss Myra. Myra is not a stranger to the Real Life Relationship Growth. What's up,
Hi.
gorgeous?
Hey, I'm wonderful. How are you, ladies? Beautiful
Good,
ladies.
good.
Doing
That's
great.
good.
Doing
Okay,
great.
skin glowing. All right now. Let's
Right,
be
right.
popping.
Look, this is
Right.
in
Yeah, popping, popping. So the next young lady I'm going to bring on, she is new to the family, but you know how we do. Once you come sit on the couch, you are no longer company, you family. So
family.
let me
That's
bring
right.
my girl Tip on. Hello, ma'am.
Hey everybody, how you
Hey.
Hello, hello. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. Like I said, this is your first night, but trust and believe you're gonna be like, all right, when we doing that again? When we
doing?
doing that again?
Y'all
We'll be doing that again. All right, so let me bring the brothers in. Let me bring the brothers in. So again, not a stranger, not a stranger to the couch. Mark,
That's in the
what's
stranger.
up, sir?
Crazy.
What's happening?
Mr. Date Night.
Hey, you know what I just thought about? I just thought
What?
about
What?
thought about in the beginning of your actual monologue, you said single, dating, courting, divorce, whatever. That's every damn body then, basically, right?
Everybody.
That's what. Hey, that was for the people in the back of the class. You know how it is. Somebody back there making airplanes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
The ones who didn't catch it.
Yeah, I had to catch it. Well, what's up, everybody? What's up?
Yeah, Mark has a platform. Y'all
Yeah,
see
we
it.
be rocking out.
Date
We be
night.
rocking out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on break though. I've been on break. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, listen, y'all, I got over 600 videos, man, stashed. I got so much. I got over 300 on my channel. So listen, check it out. I'm coming back like this week. I got some good people. Donna, get your sister. Call your sister now.
I'm gonna call her. She, you know, she in the audience. She watching. So, and I apologize. I did forget to tell her, but I'm gonna let her know.
Corey B.
Hi. How you
Tip.
doing?
I know Tip too. I just realized who that was down there. Tip Sims. I know Tip, man. Hey, go ahead for the next person. I'm sorry.
All right. And another brother who has he came on once, and you know what? We affectionately can't and don't want to get rid of him. What's up, sir, Mr. Remy?
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm lovely right now. I'm lovely, and I'm ready for tonight's topic because, like you said, this one's gonna be fun.
This is gonna be fine. It is. Now to let y'all know, before I bring the next two brothers on, because they are new to the couch, they are new here, and we so appreciate them. Before I bring them on, we may have some latecomers. We got a total on the platform tonight of 5 and 5. 5 and 5. It's a game. It's a game.
Yes, doing the Birdman.
We have 5 and 5. So we have some that may be missing. But they will be here. They will join us shortly. Corey, I forgot to check in with you.
Oh yeah, we're good on YouTube.
We're good on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, good on YouTube. Let's make sure we're good on the home front. Let me do this real quick and we should be good to go. All right, we're gonna keep going. The next brother I'm gonna bring in, Mr. I got a nickname for him, but I can't say it out loud to everybody. So Mr. Sylvester.
Oh, hey.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey.
Let me do an intro for you real quick.
Yeah,
Oh, you ready?
Go ahead. What you got?
I'm gonna cut you off. Sorry. All right.
Yes, you did.
It's always one. It's always one in the crowd.
Always one, and we know who the one is. Go ahead.
Right in the center of everything too.
Oh,
this is Mr. Sylvester Hitchcock. He is 57 years of age. He is originally from Atlanta, Georgia. So the accent that you hear is a real Atlanta accent.
Absolutely.
He loves to travel. Matter of fact,
yes. Yeah, I just got back from Antigua.
Okay, how she treat you?
Oh, she treated me lovely. Yeah, she did. Didn't want to come back. How
many you had, bro?
Nah, man. It was all solo, man. It was all solo. All solo, you know.
Hey, no offense. I'm sorry, no offense. I get real loose. Don't know how I get everybody.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be quiet. I'm gonna be real toned down tonight.
That's why I love for you to be here, Mark. When Sylvester and I met, we were chatting a little bit, and my father is from Antigua. That's where my people are from. So when he told me he was going, I was like, okay. Last
beautiful place.
Yeah. Was St. Thomas. We used to go to St. Thomas every other summer. We'd be in Brooklyn or St. Thomas. So yeah, so I'm glad you had a chance to go over and enjoy that. And the next brother we're gonna bring on, I can get this screen to work with me, right? We gotta hurry and get him on because we want to put a smile. We want to put a smile on Mr. LaMel. Hello.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
There it is. We appreciate Mr. LaMel being here with us tonight. We know he told us he had a rough little day, so we're gonna try to make it better. We're gonna try to end it better than it started and it went. How about that?
Well, I will say this. I'm so thankful and grateful for everyone having me today. And I love everyone's energy, but my energy is not there. So I'm going to bid everyone an adieu, and I'm going to join the next one. But I'll probably see y'all. When is the cookout? That's Sunday the 24th. So
Yeah.
I'll probably see y'all before then, but I don't want to bring anyone down. It was rough, but I did want to show my face because I promised you, Donna, that I would. And I also remember I was being accused of being a catfish. So you up there, I'm very much real, but thank you so much for having me, and I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all.
Hey,
But
bro,
have a
before you
good
go
night.
somewhere, bro. That's why you turned around like that. You was looking like that, right? And then Sushi and
Bro,
Deuce turned like
it's not a good night, but I love y'all, and take care of yourselves, okay?
Love you
Bye-bye.
too. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
show his face
Yeah.
and deal.
Yeah, that's all right. I appreciate his dedication though, because he did tell me he would be here, and through whatever it is, he was here. So I definitely appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
He's so
All
cool.
right, all right. So that's all right. That's all right.
All right.
Y'all
Next
gonna
time.
be out. Y'all gonna be outnumbered tonight, but I have no doubt. I have no doubt that y'all gonna hold it together for the fellas. I have no doubt. All right. All right, y'all. So for those who don't know, we're doing a 4-week series. The 4-week series is you can get with this or you can get with that. It's a collection of single men and single women. We coming together and we have some topics. We started last week. That thing was nice. That thing was nice. And we expect tonight to be even better. The next week following, we have more guests, different faces coming on. I don't know, man. Restream gonna have to broaden their horizon somewhere because Corey, we can only get 10 people on here. Well, I don't know. You know my vision, that real life relationship growth weekend. We yes. But we'll talk about that later. We're gonna get started. Because we don't want to take away any time from this topic. So speaking of the topic, let me go ahead and put this up on the screen. The topic tonight is the table. That 50-50. Should have said that 50-50 thing. That's what it should have said. That's what it should have said. But I'm going to give Corey the floor. We have a scenario that we're coming with, and we're going to get into this. Go ahead, Miss Corey. It's on you, babe.
All right. So, a lady meets a man who checks all of her boxes. After a few phone conversations, they agree to go on a date, but he says he'd like to go Dutch since it's their first date. What y'all think about that?
Read it one more time, Corey.
A lady meets a man who checks all of her boxes. After a few phone conversations, they agree to go on a date, but he says he'd like to go Dutch since it's their first date.
Okay. So what's your questions?
So here we go.
What are your thoughts?
Here we go. So the first thing I like to do, we're gonna put the topic up, we'll put the subject matter up, we see it right here. I like to go around and start out and ask people what their thoughts are on what's there. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you look at? What does it look like to you? What are you thinking when you see this type of topic in conversation? The brother wants to go Dutch. Let me see. I gotta start here because this one right here, Mr. Mark.
Oh man, I was trying to
Yeah.
do it. I swear to God. Look, I have an invisible button. That shit didn't even work. I tried to go and do invisible on you.
You should have known. You should have known. You should have known. What you think, Mark? What's your
I
thoughts?
put to you like this. You know, to me, I would say the first date is the show and tell, right? The show and tell date, right? I want to see what you look like. You want to see what I look like. You want to see if I can possibly give a sign of me being someone that can possibly provide, right? In the beginning, right? So I would probably say, with that being said, I feel that it is important for a man to take care of the first date. I don't the Dutch thing. Now I will flip it on this. Now I will say there is power, a slight power, ladies, if you pay for your own meal the first day, because you set the tone right then and there. I don't need you, right? So I look at it from that perspective too. But as a man, I think it's important for us to take care of the first date.
Okay. All right.
Set the tone.
All right.
I can feed you.
Okay. Miss Sims, Miss Tip. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
While that it's never happened to me, I would like to think that I would take the date.
Okay. Okay.
Pay for my meal, no issue. But that would be my time to analyze him and see if somebody else.
Okay. So you said you would take.
Make it an immediate turn off.
Say that one more time. The last part.
It wouldn't be an immediate turn off.
It wouldn't be an immediate turn off.
Not immediate.
Okay. Okay. Not immediate. Okay. All right. All right. So let me keep going a little bit because I want Mr. Sylvester to get used to how the flow goes. I mean, unless you're ready, sir, with your thought.
I mean, I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
Well, I guess first of all, just by reading the question, it depends on who asked who to go out on a date. If she asked him, then she possibly was ready to pay, and he may have said he wanted to go Dutch. Now, if he asked her, being the man, I think that he should pay for the date. So, it basically just depends on how they both feel about it. But I agree with, I think it was Mike who said that being a man, if you ask a young lady out on the first date, you should pay for it. It's just that simple.
Okay. All right. Miss Myra, what you think?
Okay, well, let me go back to like the scenario, a man who checks all of her boxes. If he wants to go Dutch on a date, he just unchecked several boxes. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So we're like, this date is not going to happen if it's going to start out being Dutch, because to me, that's a sign of things to come. That tells me a lot about his mindset, because the men at this point in my life that I'm accustomed to won't let me spend $1 in their presence. So, and then what Sylvester was saying, if the woman asked a man, I would never ask a man out on a date. I'm not going to pursue a man.
I have not yet to meet one.
Well, some women do pursue men. Some women propose to men.
Right.
I mean, so they're out there.
Mhm,
But
they are.
that's just not me. I'm a contemporary woman, but I have old school values. And I do have the old school perks that comes along with it, the cooking, the cleaning, the submissiveness and all of those things as well. So no, for me, that would not happen. And he would be someone in my past.
Okay. Okay. All right. Remy, it's on you, sir.
Well, I agree with the fellas. I mean, I'm more traditional. I feel like this here. If I ask you on a date, I don't want you going in your purse for empty things. I don't see nothing wrong with going 50-50 if there's a bit of awkwardness between y'all and if that other person is more comfortable like that. But for me personally, if I ask you out on a date, I ask you out on that date. If you offer to do anything like, well, you pay for dinner and I'll at least a tip or whatever, I'll probably turn around and give you that money back. And then on the flip side, as we all know in this modern dating, there's a lot of pee in the food. So with some of this new generation, I guess for them that's more comfortable because you do have the ones that'll, hate to say it, go out on a date with you just for a dinner or whatever. They don't really like you and whatnot. I think that's why it's important for y'all to communicate, vibe, see how you vibe, and go from there. But again, for me, if I ask you out, I got it. All you got to do is show up.
Sure.
Hey, Donna, can I say something real quick? So check this out. So fellas out there, basically what he's saying is watch out for the foodie calls, right? Remember we said foodie calls. You got the foodie calls for the men and the women for the foodie calls, right? They will call your ass for a meal.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Who can
Watch
I
out
call?
for them.
The
That was a
foodie
public service
calls.
announcement.
Okay.
That's PSA.
Okay, the foodie calls. Miss Corey B.
Yeah, absolutely not. If you are asking me out on a date, it's because you want to take me out on a date, you want to get to know me, have a conversation face to face, personally, and then I got to pay for my meal. Nah, I think you got it. You got it. Honestly, I'm okay. We can go to get tea and read a book at Barnes and Noble if they're still around. I don't know, but we can do that. I don't. It doesn't have to be like a a 5-star, but you do need to cover the date.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes, absolutely.
so Sylvester brought a little twist to it though. He
Mhm.
said he said if she asked him. Now I'm gonna agree with I believe Myra said it, and I'm sure
Yeah.
the other ladies. I'm not asking. I'm not. I'm a bit old school, if that's what you want to call it. I'm not asking a man on a date. I'm not doing that. But let's just say, for kicks and giggles, based on what Sylvester said, let's just say you
Trust me,
asked
it
him.
happens.
The
It
lady asked
happens.
him. Okay.
I
So
mean,
so
it
so
just happened to me a
anybody
couple
can
times.
take that. What do you think if the lady asks? What does that look like?
That I mean, she obviously really interested in me, but and it has happened to me a lot of times in the past, and I've went out with them, and still, but before they even go in their purse, the check is already covered. I don't took care of that. I just
Okay.
appreciate the effort, but I will never let a woman pay for me to go on a date. Unless you just laid the ground rules. Look, you covered it the last few times and appreciate you. And you know what? I want to do something nice for you. And I gotta just show up. That's a different category. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times in the past, when someone has asked me out, and there's been quite a few times, and they offered to pay, I take care of everything because again, as a grown man, as a gentleman, um, that don't seem like you're really being a gentleman. And you know, I'd rather be a gentleman and you be ladylike. I'm courting
Mm-hmm.
you. I'm courting you.
Okay.
I'm trying, I don't
Okay.
want you to
Yeah.
go home, get on the phone with your girlfriends talking about this broke Negro right here. Yeah. He don't raise an
Mm. You done earned your
Hey,
nickname.
to
my man said
the
he a gentle, he's a gentleman and a gentle man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
break
and
it
then
down.
I'll
Hey
be like, I
man.
should have took him to the cookout of Applebee's. Nah, 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 nah.
Okay. All right. So ladies, let's just say let's play this role. Let's play this role. Let's say you asked him, what would be your expectation? Tip, what would be your expectation if you asked him?
If I asked him out, I guess I would be treated. If I'm the one who asked, but that's not gonna happen. But whoever asked for the excursion, the date, yeah, I wouldn't say, hey, I want to go here, such and such and such and such. You want to pay for it?
That ass tail. I call that an ask tail.
I'm not asking a gentleman on a date. I'm interested.
Oh my God.
Just that far.
Yeah, I might get the first one though. I might like if a woman called me, I might get the first one. Nah, if you keep like second, third, then I'm be like, hey, well, hold on now.
Mm-hmm.
You might need to buy you some
Mhm.
groceries, maybe. For real.
So
Mhm.
so
You need to
so
go.
Corey and Myra, just say in some other land
Mhm.
you asked. What do you think? Would you pay?
So if I asked, I am prepared to pay. Though
Okay.
deep down in my heart, I'm expecting him to be like, I'm not letting
Oh,
you do
girl,
that.
I got
I'm not
that.
letting you do that.
Right.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see,
And if
that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh
I was
no,
going
I
to say
was
nine
saying. I
times
mean,
out of
that's what I
10.
was thinking too. I'm sorry. Who's speaking?
Oh, no, no. Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead. Go
Myra.
ahead,
You
Mike.
Okay.
finish, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
come to Sylvester.
Okay. So yeah, I was thinking that too. Well, I'd be prepared to pay, like if I ever did ask. But don't be surprised that, when the check comes, I have to use the restroom. I'm not gonna leave, but I'm gonna give you an opportunity to
Give
go
me
ahead
some
and handle that while I'm gone. You know. It's like, oh, I have to go to the restaurant. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
Sylvester. What were
Uh-huh.
you saying?
No, I was just going to say, like Corey was saying, most of the time, if a woman asks to take you out and she is prepared to pay or what have you, most men will say, nah, I got this. But I mean, sometimes, in this generation, in this time, in this day and age, a lot of women are like, well, hey, you know what? Let me take care of this. You know, you've done yada, 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 whatever you've done for them, then I got this date. So, I mean, it just all depends on, you know, how the situation goes. I mean, now, if you're just talking on the phone, you know, a couple of days, and then you all decide to go out and they say, well, hey, you know, let me take you out or whatever. You know, most men would be like, and even myself would just be like, well, hey, I got this. Let me take care of this. And then we'll just see how things flow from, like Mark said, you know, second, third, fourth, fifth date or what have you. But there are a lot of, believe me, ladies, there are a lot of ladies out here that are willing. And I'm not saying that's a stamp on you guys. I'm just saying there are a lot of ladies that are asking men out and saying, hey, you know, let's just hang out. Let's go out. I got this. And with them saying that, they're kind of saying that I'm looking forward to seeing you again and again and again.
It does make you feel sometimes appreciated for a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
And that means a lot. You feel valued and appreciated if somebody is willing to do something like that for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do recall there was a time I was asked on a date, and it was like, you know, you covered everything, blah, 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 and I really value our connection, blah, blah, blah. And they would not let me pay for nothing. So I had to do the old school big mama technique, you know. At the end of the day, I done slip that money in your purse. I done put that money in your purse.
Just slide you a little bit. Slide you a
What's
little bit.
it about? That's for the date.
So let me ask this question, because I know we can say we're in a different day and time, right? We're all at least 40 something and up, right? We're all at least 40 something and up. So why do y'all think that women are so eager or so ready to do that? To take you out and to ask the man and pay for it and what you got, Corey?
Yeah, come on, Corey, tell us.
You know best. So here's what I feel like it's the fear. What is it? FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh, you can't hear me well?
No, I
think it's the fear of missing out. Some people feel like there's this competition and I gotta get the dude that I want. And you know, people say they want to be approached, so I gotta say something, I gotta put myself out there. So that's what it is. I don't want to miss out on this thing. It could also be I'm the pick me girl, so I'm gonna be the one that's different than everybody else. It could be that. And it could just be, listen, I really appreciate you. Maybe we've talked on the phone and you know, I was going through something and you actually listen and you talk to me or something. Maybe it's, listen, I want to treat you because I appreciate you. I will say his willingness to easily allow that bill to sit on the table and look at me like, yeah,
because I think that goes both ways. The gentlemen are saying they would feel appreciated. But we as the ladies are also saying we want to show you appreciation, but we still want to see if you, a man gonna be a man, gonna be a man.
Right.
That's yeah.
But keep in mind that the question, well, that follow-up question was, why do you think that women are? Because
Corey B, she asked us any damn way, Corey B.
She asked us.
She said the fellas.
She asked me. You was in the back of the classroom flying the planes.
I was playing tic-tac-toe because when you got halfway through that speech, I'm like, she full of shit.
You know what? You extra. You so extra.
No, I did ask. Well, it was really a general, but I think it did flow more toward the ladies to answer the question, because I really think the men kind of. I'm just making an assumption. I think they kind of already, but if you all did, let's make it clear. Why do you all think that women nowadays are asking more men and not waiting to be asked?
Because society telling us we're gonna die with cats. Die along with cats. So some women get into that mode where the desperation kicks in, and you know, I'm like stubbornly single. It's a man in my life that would marry me right now. But in my mind, he ain't it. My mama would tell me, "Girl, you better," but I watch her
That's a
die.
good man, Savannah.
So I would no. So I don't know. As far as the dating game goes, though, I think it's riskier for men when they're spending their money dating different women or trying to get to know women, and they don't know if it's going to abruptly stop because she's just a foodie or something like that. I don't take financial risk with men. I spend money in relationships when I'm secure, when I feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for the men. When going out to eat every other weekend, it's not cheap. And I'm sure
That's why you gotta be creative.
not just
I was gonna say the same thing.
Gotta be creative.
Yeah, be
Yep,
creative.
Yeah.
Well, real quick,
absolutely.
y'all. Let's bring Teresa in real quick. Miss T, what's up, sis? Okay, she in there somewhere. All right, let's keep going, y'all.
So you got the
Myra,
plan.
hey Myra, go ahead, Myra.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, Myra.
Myra. You know
Okay,
what?
so the men were saying that if the woman offers to pay, then they will feel appreciated. But why does appreciation only come in the form of money? Why can't you appreciate
Oh,
the
no,
effort
no,
she
no,
took?
no, 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 no.
Okay, okay,
It's,
cool.
it's the
Okay,
act.
well, wait, no, you don't answer yet. That's rhetorical. I'm still going.
No, but I'm gonna put it out there
So,
for those who want to know. Go ahead, because this is a broad.
so
Go
Hold
ahead,
on, hold on.
Myra.
This is a broad audience, so we got to cover everybody.
Yeah, we do. We coming
Yeah.
around. Go ahead, Myra.
yes,
Finish.
okay. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like appreciation can come in the effort we took to get ready, how we look. And then the time. Sometimes you have to drive 45. I'm in Snellville, so I'm far away from everybody, you know? And then actually choosing to go out with that person, because some people will just go out with a person after just meeting them, and you really haven't had a chance to really have a conversation to find out what that person's about. And I think that's one of the number one issues that people have when it comes to just going on dates so quickly. Because I was on a dating app once, and it's like the first day I was on there, people asked me, "What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight?" And I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute. I don't even know you. I don't even know if I want to be in your presence. I don't know if I like your energy, if I'm going to like your conversation." So by the time we do get together for a date, I already know that we have a vibe. There's some type of chemistry there, and we have good conversations. And I feel like that's where a lot of times, the men do end up getting the foodie call, someone who just wants to eat. Because I'd rather feed myself than to be sitting across the table from someone who I don't even enjoy being around.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
I'm not paying
Okay.
for it.
Myra, we understand you're not sticking in your purse. Thank you.
I also think that when going on a date, whether you're expecting to pay or expecting to be paid for, you should be able to cover whatever you plan on eating. That's just my opinion. Remember how back in the day they'd be like, "Listen, when you go somewhere, you take a quarter for the payphone and enough money for bus fare to make sure you can get back home or call somebody." I think it's the same, and I believe that people go expecting to be taken care of, and when they're not, they complain. Now, whether it's right or wrong, I just think you should make sure you can take care of yourself.
Always be prepared.
Don't
Absolutely.
owe anybody
Always
anything.
be prepared.
Hey,
That's
Right.
true.
Hey, fellas, we're getting a master class right now. Go ahead. What's the next day? Donald, your turn.
You know
So
what?
touch on something both the ladies said, and to sum it up in a nutshell, if you plan your dates, you ain't got to worry about if you can cover your date. You know your budget. You know what's in your wallet or your bank account. This is where communication and vibing with a person, like I'm with Myra. If we ain't vibing in our communication on the phone or whatnot, I'm not interested in taking you out, spending my money, because it can be an awkward date. It's gonna be like, so how was your day? 5-minute pause. It was good. You don't want that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But if I plan my date, I know exactly where I'm taking you. I know exactly what we're doing. Therefore, I know exactly what I'm spending. The date is covered. If I'm going someplace that I haven't planned and we just winging it means you winging whatever comes out your wallet. That's what it boils down to. And I think to cover what you said, Myra, yeah, we do appreciate when you come out looking like a double scoop of chocolate ice cream, smiles and everything. But guess what?
With sprinkles.
Yes, Lord. We appreciate that a lot of it. But I think the fact that it's not just about pick-me's and everything else. I think some women, not the first date, although it has happened, but I think some women like to let men know that, hey, every time we get together, it's not always about you spending money. It's not always about you doing this and this. You know what? Hey, it's kind of like how you start, how you finish. You may have a team mentality, so to speak. So you may just want to show that person like, hey, I appreciate you, but don't think that every time we get together is I don't want you to think that's everybody's always on you. I have had to tell some ladies that I dealt with in the past that if the only time I get to see you, mind you, I'm planning creative dates where you ain't always got to spend a bunch of cash, but the only time I get to see you is when I'm spending a car note. Baby, you ain't gonna see me too much.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I was gonna go. We're gonna stop just a bit, not stop, but we want to go. I want to read. Corey, can you read this statement from Kevin?
Asking a man out and then checking to see if he pays is mind games. Be direct and state your expectations. If she meets them, move forward. But setting up a situation to see if she meets an expectation that you haven't stated is a turnoff.
Okay. So let me respond to that, Kevin. And I get what you're saying. And I know some people do play games. People are about playing games. And you don't know that until you know it, right? I'm speaking for me, and ladies, y'all tell me if y'all agree with me or not. I personally, if I'm going to pay, I'm going to pay. Because first of all, it's not going to be the first date because I'm not going to ask you out on a date. But after we get into a few dates and we're together a little bit, then of course, I'm like, I got it. Or I'm going to plan something and say, hey, let's do XYZ. Would you like to? I plan this, let's do it. So I am going to pay. So the part of games that it would have seemed like, Kevin, as a game, what I'm saying is chivalry for me is not dead. Can we agree, ladies? Chivalry isn't dead.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
what that means is I'm not gonna give you the stank face and look at you crazy if you don't pay because my expectation was to pay because I asked. But what I'm saying as a lady, as a woman, in my mind, you're not going to lose any points with me if you don't pay. But as a lady, I do want to know if he's going to go ahead and handle this. That's just that part of wanting to feel desired, wanted in that way. Because let's be real, and men, let's be real. If you really want something or someone, you're going to show her that. You're going to acknowledge her. You're going to
Absolutely.
acknowledge that.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking for quietly and secretly in my mind. That's what I'm looking for, Kevin. I'm not looking to be like, oh, this Negro ain't nothing. He ain't even offer to pay. That's not the mindset. That's not the mindset. It's just that thing of, wow, I said I was gonna pay and I'm gonna pay, but this brother is like Remy said, I may swipe that card or pay or whatever, but the next morning I may have a cash app coming through, hey, thanks for dinner. And that comes back to me from that brother. That right there speaks to me as well. That right there speaks to me as well.
And chivalry is not dead. That first date gonna tell you everything you want to know as if you want to go out with this person again. What ladies, I'm gonna give you some game that I probably shouldn't be giving you, but I'm gonna give you this game. Um, Chivalry isn't dead; it just disappeared to wherever acting ladylike went to. Um, I know you've probably seen some of these videos on TikTok and all that. There, you take a person out on a date, you order the food, You get the food. They trying to get a whole bunch of stuff to take home. The Ray Pookie and little Mike. You know what I'm saying? They doing a lot of things that's unconventional. My advice to the brothers is pay attention to the communication. That communication gonna tell you if she's worth taking on a date in the first place. Pay attention to that woman. Look how she carries herself. You know, a lot of times we get hooked on the physical attraction, but it's the mental at the hook. The mindset, right? How she carries herself. Oh, does she intrigue you enough to want to know more? That's the purpose of a date. It's not just to wing it because, oh, I hope I get to hit them boots tonight. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with you ladies, because when I was younger, I used to think that, like, boy, they asked me out, you must be trying to get the D tonight. You know, and some of them be with that. Some of them be with that. And they'll tell you, look, so we're gonna do this at 999. Again, that first date is gonna tell you a lot. But at the end of the day, if you say you're a gentleman, just like the ladies say, your actions is gonna show because she's paying attention to, do you pay attention to detail? Part of that being a provider is showing that you can provide and cover everything that you said you was gonna do with her. It would be real crazy to ask her out on a date, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the date, you got $20 or $30 I can get to help cover this meal and whatnot. Again, all of that goes into planning your date, being creative. You know your budget, making sure this person is somebody that's worth taking out on a date. And if you plan your date, you ain't got to worry, because I know we hear it all the time. Man, I took this girl on a date and spent $300. Did you plan your date? Nah, we just winged it. Well, you just winged your ATM. I can't do that. And the thing is, I like to pay attention to what a person likes, and then I try to create and set my mental itinerary around what that person likes so that they can really enjoy themselves, a comfortable setting. And again, you ain't got to blow the bank. Y'all can go get coffee, tea, ice cream. Y'all can take a walk in the park and everything. And it's nice that a woman can make the gesture of wanting to offer to pay anything on a date. But that doesn't mean you should let her. How you start is how you finish.
How you start is how you finish.
So I was gonna say, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, go ahead. Y'all got it. Go ahead.
No, it was a question.
No, go ahead. It's wrong to expect her to finish her plate.
Yeah, let's hit this one real. What is this, Chad?
Said Newton.
Says,
is it wrong to expect her to finish her plate when we pick up the bill? He said, listen, we ain't wasting food around these parts, okay? You ordered it, you eat it.
Is it wrong to expect her to finish her plate?
I don't know. Hey.
Why she have to finish her plate? What'd you say? That said? What is that?
Said she can
why
get
does
a
she have to finish her plate?
She can get a to-go box. Some women ain't got that big a stomach.
Oh man.
Jones herself.
So the bronze goddess Claudette Brown said something fun. She said, had I waited for my husband of 28 years to make the first move, I would not have him. I don't believe. I asked God and he told me why he wasn't moving, so I did. So Claudette says she made the first move. She asked him out.
What did God tell her?
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, listen, ladies, be who you are. Men, be who you are. If a woman chooses to make the first move, if that's what she wants to do, there's nothing wrong with that. As a man, you know, if we don't want a woman to do that, then we need to address that and speak out and, you know, communicate that. But, you know, we kind of going back and forth about these things, but you got to understand, people are going to be who they want to be, and there's no right or wrong in the situation. What may be right for you may be wrong for someone else. What may be right for me may be wrong for someone else, or vice versa. Just be who you are. Be comfortable in what you do and how you do it.
Yeah,
and this is simple.
I appreciate that, Sylvester. Yeah, I appreciate that, because you're right. You're right. How someone chooses to move is based on how they choose to move, and who that attracts.
Absolutely.
Or does not attract. Who that attracts, that's who it attracts. You know, Different experiences bring on different thought processes, and you have to
Absolutely.
be able to read the room. You have to be able to read the room.
Absolutely.
Again, I personally am not going to ask the gentleman out, but get this though. If we're out in a public setting and I see him and I like what I see, I have
I let
not
them
a problem
know.
with speaking to that
Let me,
brother first.
yes,
I have
that
not a
part.
problem with laying down the
Mhm.
foundation and letting him know that I am interested. At
Yeah.
that point, I
Yeah.
really, as a woman, I really want him to pick up right there. To
Yep.
pick up right there. So Claudette is my sister, and like sis said, she stepped out there and she read the room, and husband of 28 years. um Situational. It all depends, and we have to move according to how we feel, and who we are. But
Mhm.
speaking to a man initially first, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a
Yep.
problem with that. But I'm not
Yeah.
going to ask him out on the first date. I am going to show him that attention, and then when we come around to some time, oh, I got this. I plan the date.
Mhm.
We going.
Mhm.
I got
And
it.
listen, ladies, realize um, y'all might not be aware, but some women that approach men like that, you may sense that this man like you and want to interact with you, and he might be like Norbert, he might be timid, he might not know how to approach you right away. He might need that little nudge. Not all men, but you do have some men out there like that. And
Mhm.
sometimes, if that's the case, if you really like him, just by you letting him know, "Hey, I want to go out on a date with you," that might be all the push he needs. From there, he may handle everything else from there. But you got some men that they just don't know what to say or do to show you that they're really interested in you. Probably because, and it was something that we talked about on the last topic, your whatever trauma that you dealt with in the past in the home
Yeah,
or
fear.
dating and whatnot. And if you went through repeated cycles, you get tired of getting shut down. So
Mhm.
it's like, I want to speak to her and I want to ask out, but she looked like she'll turn me down. But she is fine now. She is fine, and she can make sweet potato pie. Yes, Lord.
so is are the brothers not reading the room as well? Because I'm hearing this a lot.
Sometimes the brother
That
don't
the
need
men
to
get
read.
shut down, the men get shot down, the men get rejected. There's this such thing as counting. The men get shot down more than the women get shot down. I don't adhere to that because I
Yeah, I
think it
mean, it's
happens on
like,
the even toll.
and it's, you got some
Hey,
men who really are oblivious to if somebody is really interested in them. I would use myself for an example. I've been a musician for 44 years. So when you playing for these churches, these weddings, these banquets, these dinner parties, you always surrounded by women to the point that a person sometimes got to be direct that they let you know that they're interested in you. Otherwise, you'll miss it. I mean, and you do got some brothers that they sometimes miss reading the room. And you gotta be like, hey, look, I like you. And I think you kind of like me too. And he'd be like, yeah. Well, we should get together, go out on a date sometime. Now, what that brother does from there, like you say, if you go on a date, the first date, and he expect you to go Dutch or to expect you to pay, nah, that's a no go. If that ain't a red flag, I don't know what
Mm.
else.
hey,
Because
let me say.
Yeah, Mark, I was gonna pull you in because
Let
you
me say
being too
something real quick.
quiet. Come
Let me
uh,
on.
say this. Guess what? Let's tie this up in a real nice bow, right? We're gonna simply look. We put too much emphasis on the date and stuff like this. Dating, especially the first date, is just gathering information and data, y'all.
Right.
Right? Let's make it very vanilla. So, as a man, if you want to, as far as controlling the situation, as far as don't not having to worry about the foodie calls and all these other things, take control of the date. Like my man said before, be creative. Actually, there are so many things you can do to try to keep the date interesting, and you don't have to pay a lot of money out your pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just remember, this is real simple. Let's simplify and say this: it's only gathering data. That's what date means. Look it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gathering information. So
Mhm.
gather the information, get the hell on, decide on if you want to go 2, 3, or 4. That's
And
it.
the information based on the topic, that's the information you gathering. How that
Yeah.
person is going to set it off. How that person, because I'm a true believer in when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And it may not be that they're bad. It just may not be for me.
Yep.
It
There
just
you go.
may not be for me. So it's not necessarily that, who they are is a bad person or whatever. It just may not be for me. It just Teresa,
Mhm.
baby, I don't know what we're gonna do. She trying her best to get
That's all. She's in and out. Yeah.
you bless her heart. We can't get in. We can't get it in. We can't get it in. Miss Corey, go ahead and hit that second one for me.
All right, topic 2, and here we go. You're on your first date, and the conversation turns toward values and long-term compatibility. He leans. I'm sorry. Yeah, he leans in and says, "So, what do you bring to the table in a relationship?"
Just for the ladies, right?
No, go ahead and answer, Mark, since you
No, no, no.
commented.
I'm just saying though. You said the first date toward values on turn.
Mhm.
So what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
So yeah, it's gonna
I'll
definitely
let
come up
y'all
with the
tackle.
ladies.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be good, Brandon. This
We
that
gonna have
one.
to take we gonna have because if y'all didn't see the little caption, the cover, it was a table that was flipped.
Oh,
If y'all
Oh, I
go
didn't
on
know.
YouTube, the picture, the thumb mark, it was the thumbnail, excuse me.
Mhm.
It's a flip table.
but the biggest thing that a woman can bring to the table is nourishment, right?
Mm,
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's the best thing.
Damn, that's
Okay.
true.
Nourishment is
So
nourishment is important, and what we should bring to the table, fellas, is provision, right? Not just
uh-huh.
monetarily, but also to have the vision to move forward.
Okay.
Provision,
I
moving
like
forward.
that.
You
Okay.
see what I'm saying?
So
So
the question is posed, ladies, and he's right. We're gonna go toward the ladies with this one,
right.
and we'll come to the men. We'll go to the ladies with this one. The brother says, "So what do you bring to the table, Myra? What you bringing to the table, Myra?"
Well,
So
it's so funny when people ask that question. It's almost like they're trying to determine your worth, to
Mm,
see if you're someone who can be a good match. And it's almost like one person's thinking, okay, I own the table and I'm trying to see if you can earn a seat at my table, you know? But it tends to also go towards financial stability because people think about, okay, well, what's your credit score? What assets do you have? You know, uh, just where are you in life at this point? Where for me, you know, um, I recently saw this quote and I posted it. It said, I have my own everything. I only need you to be solid. And what
mm,
I mean by that is that I'm more interested in a person's character, their loyalty. How consistent are you? Those are the things that I need because what I bring and what you bring, then they need to mesh together. You know what
mhm,
I'm saying? So the financial part, that's something that's different because for me, someone's finance can go up and down. They can change. But who they are as a person, what I need to fulfill my desires and my love languages is not going to be anything, on that financial tip. So when someone
I'm
asks me, if someone asks me something like that, my answer is going to really throw them, catch them off guard because they probably would be thinking about what society normally asks.
with S. So why is it so offensive though? When the question comes up, what makes it offensive?
Well, actually, for me, it would not be offensive, but it would show me that that person was kind of tacky because
Mm,
you
mhm,
can find out the information you need versus asking that question.
Yeah.
mhm,
Because I feel like if you take the time and just talk to people, which a lot of people want microwave everything these days, microwave
mhm,
looks, microwave relationships. So you'll get the answers to the questions that you need by just having conversations. And just like normally,
Absolutely.
it's so common. As soon as you meet a person, they say, "Oh, so what do you do?" I never ask anyone what do they do.
what do they
Because to
do?
me, all you're doing is that you're trying to size them up. You're trying to guess
Mhm,
their income,
mhm,
where they fall and what they can possibly do for you.
mhm, mhm,
So I wouldn't be offended by it, but I would, answer in a way to let them know that, hey, it's more to this than probably the angle you're coming from.
So, gentlemen, would you
gathering
all
data.
pose this question?
I said that's. I just want to say what this basically what Maya just said. We just talked about gathering data, gathering information. Is you ain't gotta ask that. You ain't gotta ask that question. You know what I'm saying? You just pay attention. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. Competition or something like.
I can never ask a woman that. I feel like you see, I've been asked that, and my automatic response is sometimes blunt and direct, but I'd be like, well, what did you bring to the table? Darling, I am the table. All you got to know is how to decorate the table with that feminine energy, that nurturing energy, that emotional energy, that you're emotionally intelligent, mature, that you understand the law of reciprocity, that you're good at communication. I don't need you to bring me peace because I've established that, but you can add to it. And then together, we build a foundation that not only that you decorate the table, but guess what? The table stands. Now we could put the food on it and eat very damn well. I'm talking about it, and I'm gonna prove that message.
And he sits back and hit the
hookah. I'm not gonna ask that can kind of come off like an insult. I'm not interested in what you got financially. I can handle myself. The things that I need from you are not financial. They are emotional. They are spiritual. They are the things that make a relationship work. And if you are not bringing those things that make a relationship work to that table, everything else you ever put something wrong on a table that's too heavy or awkward and the table go to rocking back and forth? That's what happens when you bring things to the table that don't matter. I'm looking to sit to the table to eat, and here you are bringing a bar of soap. Where do you do that?
Hey, look, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I want to say something real quick. So look, my man, I hate to say, what do you do? And you know what? It's almost on the same lines as that question. What do you do? Women ask, what do you do? Right? That's almost translation. What do you bring to the table, ladies? I'm gonna be honest with you, right?
But I can agree.
So can I ask you one question, ladies, please? I'll ask you. Why do y'all ask that? That's actually saying the same thing. That's basically saying the same thing. Like, what do you bring to the table? Y'all saying it in a different way, though.
I don't want to know. I don't ask.
I would. A lot of women ask, right, fellas?
I don't ask because my reason for not eventually it's going to come out anyway.
Right.
But my reason for not asking is because I don't want you to think I'm sizing up your bank account. I don't want you to think that.
I think there's a way,
but that's not what I want.
What do you do for a living? Is asked a lot.
But
I think there's
let me ask y'all this question.
That question. Go ahead, Sylvester.
And in reference to that question, now I've been listening to everybody, and everybody's been talking about, how traditional they are and things of that nature. Well, asking somebody what they bring to the table ain't got nothing to do with tradition. That's just some newfound way to get into somebody's business real quick. It's just that simple. If you're dating someone, then like Mara said, in the dating process, everything you need to know is going to come out if you communicate properly. You ain't even got to ask. It's going to come. So that question of what do you bring to the table, I'm just saying that's some internet shit. It's just that simple.
It's like when people were saying people were narcissists and how that took root and everything was about a narcissist. Everything was about a narcissist. So now we have this, what do you bring to the table? And now it's people find creative ways to either justify it or defend it. I mean, either way, trying to make it different or more than what it is. Look, I saw it, Corey. I saw it, Corey.
To the table.
She said, I would rather be asked, what do I bring to the bedroom than what I bring to the table.
Wow. Okay.
I promise
That's
y'all
what
that's
we
28 years
achieved.
of marriage speaking.
Hilarious.
So even though Corey says she don't ask that question, what do you do for a living? Can somebody give us a reason why sometimes women may ask that? I'm just curious. It's almost the
Yeah.
same thing, right?
I was just about to go into that. And I
I
wanted,
think that, but I also think because people ask it casually, I think it's like part of a conversation. Like, oh, where you from?
Actually,
Right.
yeah,
Where do you live?
right,
What do
yeah.
you
right.
do?
Because I've asked
Yeah.
that question. That's what I was going to say, Mark. I've asked that question before, and it wasn't in a form of where I'm trying to find out what his pockets hold and
It
how much he
sounds like
made
it.
or whatever. You know, if the conversation was flowing and we just talking about, oh, I have to be at work tomorrow at a certain time,
Uh-huh.
then it's sometimes it's a flow of the conversation.
Absolutely.
Hey, I understand the flow of the conversation. I get that, right?
Yes.
So, but here's my question.
Okay.
No, not even my question. I'm just saying how some men feel. What it feels like to us that you are doing that is what I'm trying to say. It's similar to what do you bring to the table to men, to some men.
And I
right?
agree.
That's
I
all.
agree.
So even though you may not ask all those things, my only thing is that that's what it sounds like to us, regardless of what you're trying to do. For some men, that's what it sounds like. Because here's the thing. Hold on. Because if I said I work at McDonald's, you're gonna look at me from different if I say I'm a doctor, right?
Well,
You're gonna look at me different.
Anybody would. Anybody would. Well,
I wanted to read the comments.
How much you got? Go ahead.
I wanted to read the comments.
Come
I
on,
wasn't
comment
saying
queen.
like.
Come on, comment queen. Go ahead. Let's get it.
Whatever. So you have Philander Hopkins that said, what you do for a living to see how your time is going to look dating. If you're a world traveler, I guess you might not have time to go on dates often. I don't know. BJ said, I need her to answer that question.
Oh, I think he said
it tells you. He said it sometimes helps you understand that person.
Yeah.
I kind of get that. I get that.
So that's what I was saying in that form.
Mm-hmm.
In that form, if I ask that question, I'm just trying to, at the beginning of things, it's a part of small talk and just trying to kind of get to know that person, because what do we do the majority of the time? We a lot of people are working. They're all working. So, to kind of dip into what he does and to understand what he does, not from the point of looking at his pockets or what does he bring. But Mark,
if I worked at McDonald's and I told you,
if I work at McDonald's,
you would look at
me because that looks different.
But that's general though. That's general. I mean, it's just like, you can flip that. We can see a woman who's working in corporate America. So that's, I mean, Mark, I'm with you, but we can flip that on either side. That's just general.
Right. I understand the general
But
conversation.
let me say this: if the brother works at McDonald's, then listen, there is nothing wrong with having a standard for yourself, whether you a man or a woman. And if a brother works at McDonald's, if I'm with somebody and we together and my man loses his job and he has to go flip burgers at McDonald's, I'm ironing that little M on that hat. Because we're already in it. We're there. But you have to look at what your standards are and where you are and decide, does a brother working at McDonald's, is that going to work for me? There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the question. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with
So
general
you
conversation.
asking it as if what you want us to say, Mark. What's your answer?
No. It's not what I want you to say. Well, when I'm here, see, I guess it went over. Here's what I'm saying.
He's telling how it makes him feel.
Not just. No. I'm talking about some men, because I talk to some men.
Yeah.
And when women ask that, it's similar to that. That's all I'm saying. You can ask it 1,000 times, and guess what? You probably should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I am just saying it sounds like, what are you bringing to the table from the other side?
I don't think anybody disagreed at any point that it sounds the same. I think we all agree.
Okay, so why are we still talking about it? Let's go ahead.
You brought it up.
Go ahead, Myra.
If he works at McDonald's, you better get that McRib sandwich and them nuggets and quit complaining. You better live.
Okay, well, Well, I was gonna say, I mean, because Donna, I know you asked me, would I be offended if someone asked me that? Unless it's an actual offensive or disrespectful question, I'm not going to be offended. But I
Yeah.
do feel like sometimes if it's a sensitive topic, a hit dog will holler. So if a person, even if a person does have a professional job where they have great income, to me, it's still a bigger picture. It's not about what they make, it's about what they keep. What if they have alimony? What if they have a lot of child support? What if they have all these student loans they're trying to catch up on? I mean, so to me, that still doesn't matter. And then that brother at McDonald's, he could be in the ownership program. You have to actually work at a McDonald's if you're trying to own one. So I wouldn't be so quick to just, judge or anything like that. But then again, like I said, I feel like if you hit a sensitive topic with somebody, then they will be offended. So that hit dog's gonna holler.
That in my spirit.
What just happened?
A whim away. I'm sorry, I was speaking in a little bit of tongue because I felt, you know what I'm saying. And again, it don't matter who's the breadwinner, like she said. What matters is how y'all slice that bread together when y'all get at the table. Because again, just because a person may be working in a certain profession, you don't know what else is going on behind closed doors. That brother may be standing there. What you do for a living? Well, I'm the guy that when you come in the door, I'll be like, welcome to Walmart. But in an age where you got and I hate to say it like that, but I don't even call them men. In an age where you got male boys that don't want to work, they cry about working 8 hours, they want to do the bare minimum. And if sleep was a job, they stay awake every damn day. But you got a brother out there that's trying to work and trying to make something of himself, and he may have had a fall and you start back from the bottom. He may have met you at that time or whatever the case may be. Give that person the same grace as if the roles were reversed. Have standards, but have a level of grace, because everybody got a story. We all have been here, then we got knocked down here, and then we had to build ourselves back up. So never judge a book by its cover. Learn how to dig beneath the surface.
And that's what I'm saying.
Shout out Kevin. Shout out Kevin Noble. Good
What'd he say?
I said shout out Kevin, that comment he made. That's all.
Kevin up here starting stuff.
Great comment. Great comment, Kevin. I ain't gonna put that one in there.
Yeah, I gotta put it up because my boy Kev.
No, I'm talking about the one.
We know what it means.
I'm talking about
we know what it means, Kev.
There was
exactly.
So I know we ended up going off a little bit, but Avery said something good. He said action can speak louder than words. I can lie about what I bring to the table. Spend time with me and you will know. And I think that goes back to what he said, communication, things like that. And Kevin's statement was, subsequently, most women measure a man's worth based on his pockets. Not their fault, as they've been conditioned to be that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I was saying right there. That's all I was saying right there. That's why I said that. That's why
most women measure a man's worth based on his pockets, not their fault, as they've been
all these back
conditioned.
That's absolutely not true.
That's based upon society and rap songs.
Hey, okay, so let me ask you something. Okay, listen, I'm not saying it's a way to get rid of a man. I'm not saying that. It is a flag. Because be honest, if you get in a situation if you get in a relationship with someone or someone that you're dating, you find out that women technically do not want to step down on their lifestyle. Let's be honest, right? So if you live in a certain kind of way, right? What's going to happen is it's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. You got to reach in your pocket and always pay for the vacation, right? It matters, right? So if you have the ability to travel and your man, because his pockets and he can't, you may let him ride. I'm talking about in the beginning. I ain't talking about when you're together. You may let him rock out a couple times, but you're gonna start feeling a certain kind of way.
Which is why I said.
Right.
Which
so
is
all
why I
I'm saying
said
is the pockets and paying attention to what someone does. I'm not saying you should get rid of them. It's a flag. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Which is why I said at the beginning.
Again. Oh, go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Which I was saying at the beginning of this part of the conversation. You have to know what your standard is for yourself. You would do yourself and them an injustice is if you found out that the brother worked at McDonald's and you already know in your mind where you are and what your expectations are for you and what you're looking at for you, and you go into that being like, well, look, because y'all know I'm transparent and real. This is real life relationship growth. I did that. I was in a relationship with a brother that we were on two different levels in certain aspects. Well, let's be honest, on the financial front, we were on two different levels. And I didn't have a problem in getting to know this man and talking to this man and things of that nature. But when it came down to it, it was a problem. It was a problem when I say, hey, every summer, nephew and I take a trip. Every spring break, we're taking a trip. This is traditional for us. This is something we do all the time. And his answer was, well, I gotta see. I don't know.
Oh
I
no.
don't have. Or so it's nothing wrong with making sure that the combination that you come into is gonna work, that the combination fits.
Date your level.
Date your
There you
level.
go.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. Because if you've come to a point, I think somebody mentioned about at building, right? You've been at a point you build. I've been in business 25 years. It took me 25 years to get to where I am. If I'm meeting a brother that he's just on the first level and he trying to, and that's not me looking at your pocket and saying you're not worth anything because you can't pay what I can pay or whatever. That's not it at all. Sylvester
The
just said it.
combination just doesn't
Date
mix.
your
Date your
level.
level.
You right. Date your level. You can be the best guy. But that may not work for me. That may not even work for you. Because let me tell you what happened. The brother started having problems, and his problems was with me. Oh, just because you got a house. Oh, just because you got a car. And I'm like, hold up. I've never thrown that out. But those insecure, right. So you gotta have your standards and you gotta stand on those regardless of what people think,
And
and
it's
how they're gonna look
Yeah,
at it.
yeah, because
and
sometimes jealousy seeps in from a lot of men when women are doing well for themselves.
Right.
Right. So it is subconsciously makes certain men, so be careful for that too. I'm just saying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's
So it's
and
not
that's
one side.
kind of that
It goes
ego thing. That's
go ahead.
that
I'm sorry,
ego
Remy. What you say?
when that jealousy kick in because she making a little more than you. Part of it come from that ego thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the man, so I should be making more than you. And it's because you got more money than me, and I guess that means you call the shot. That's your ego.
Yeah. That's not my
Let
problem.
your
That's
ego go.
yours. You have to deal with that. You have to deal with that, especially because I'm a giver. I love catering to my man. I love making sure that he's comfortable. That if I have no problem if we're going somewhere nice, and I know we invited to a gala or something. I'm gonna make sure he looks good. I love that. I love doing those things. But if your return action is, oh, you think you this and you think you that, okay, yeah, okay, all right, all right.
Mhm.
And that just won't work. So it's nothing wrong with moving away from stuff like that. But like we initially said, like the prompt was saying, the question is asked. I really think it's all in how the question is presented. It's all in how the question is presented. And
Mhm.
of course, in doing this topic, Corey and I were talking, and I was really looking for some videos to play. And I could really not find one that I felt like would be appropriate enough and give the right energy to this topic without some dude either being just over the top what you bring to the table, and if she ain't doing this and she ain't cooking and we not playing that. We're not presenting that here. We're not doing that. So
Relationship should be a healthy balance. Period.
the question, oh, okay. I'm like, what happened here? Right, right. Sylvester, were you saying something? I know you were
No,
kind
no,
of
no, no, no.
okay.
But I just agree with what Tip just said. relationships should definitely be a healthy balance.
Yeah,
It's true.
Tip, I'm sorry. We're gonna try to back you up on the volume. So if you say something, we'll try to kind of repeat it, or if you want to type it in the chat. I think she's having a little bit of issue with her volume. So we want to make sure that you do get a part, Tip. So if you want to type it or something like that, we'll make sure we relay what you're asking and what you're saying. Sorry about that. Maturity determines your patience. What does that mean? What does that mean, Kevin? Maturity determines your patience. You got to elaborate on that, Kev. While Kevin is elaborating.
Sound like some ancient Chinese secret type question.
Well, actually, I can agree. I can agree because actually, people show their level of maturity when it comes to how they just do everything. You know, how you respond. Are you a person you think before you speak? That shows that you mature. You might have been that person who used to pop off. Just like even spiritual maturity, you can tell from how people treat another person, where they are in their walk with Christ. So yes, you show your level of maturity with your emotions, every single thing. It's really simple. So I get what Kevin's saying.
Thank you for that translation. We need an ancient Chinese secret interpreter. Thank you.
Hey, anytime.
All right, let's get this brother's Brian. Corey, you got that?
Gotcha. Brian Russell says the table should be a partnership. With that said, everybody don't have the same table. I agree.
That's true. Some people have a real table with 3 legs. Some people have a square table with 4 legs. You're exactly right.
Some folk, their table is still in the box.
Right.
Or one wobbly leg. There's 2 of them.
Right. Because I believe that point that when a man brings something to a woman, her position is to make that better for all. I truly believe that. Her position is to make that better. So where's that comment? Patience meaning okay. What's Kevin saying? Go ahead, Corey.
He says patience meaning that you may be at a certain point in your life where your interests may not have arrived yet.
You may be at a certain point of your life where your interests your interest in the other person, the person that's interested in you.
Kevin,
sorry,
come
Kevin,
on
we
in,
had to
Kevin.
kinda...
Kevin, send Kevin the link.
Right, so he can verbalize that.
Yeah.
We should have tried to.
We over here decoding
wait a
over
minute,
here.
you the ancient Chinese
Yeah,
secret
because I don't know that
interpreter.
one. I can't help you with that one.
I need my decoder ring. Where am I damn decoder ring?
I don't know what to tell you.
He might have left a few things out.
Okay.
No,
so
shout out Kevin. I like
patience
Kevin. Kevin
means
my boy.
that you may be in a certain point in your life where the person that's interested in you may not have arrived yet. Okay. Typos. Okay. Yep. That's what we're trying to say. That the person may not have arrived. And it is okay. It is okay to bid that person adieu.
Yes.
It's okay to be friends with that person. It is okay. It is okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, Donna, I just wanted to say, I feel like people should, I really don't think someone should ask someone, so what do you bring to the table?
Right.
You know, because everyone has different needs. You know, someone could have all the money in the world, but they may be lacking, feeling like they had, they never had a nurturing partner or someone who was understanding or patient or kind or loyal. So, I think it just all goes back to take the time to get to know the person. People will show you who they are. People will show you who they are. Like even when you first meet them, are they talking to you and still looking at other women that's walking by? I mean, just little subtle things when you're talking on the phone. I mean, just are they engaged or are they multitasking? So it's just the smallest things. I'm not saying you look ooh, but just observe and I pay attention. When someone's speaking to me, I listen to them intently. They have 1% of my attention, and so little things that they show me, is really just a snippet of what the bigger picture really is. So I don't have to like start all these questions and all this and that. At this point, I'm about to be 53 years old. I know
Mhm.
what works for me and what doesn't. I know the times that I didn't trust my instincts. I know the time where I gave benefit of the doubt when I should not have. So
Mhm.
it's real easy for me. So if we're not clicking, then I just know automatically we can just be cool. And I can still be single.
That's right. That's right. All right, Miss you.
Bye. That way,
Okay.
no feelings are hurt, no nothing.
That's
Ask
right.
the best
That's
with your
right.
mouth full.
That's
And with
right.
the
Make sure
strength
you
of
look
Dating.
the
confess with
Lord.
your
What?
mouth full.
Mark, what did you say dating was? What's the definition?
It really means data. That's what it really
Yeah.
truly means.
Mm-hmm.
Data.
As in, look it
Yep.
up.
Data.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be clear, everyone that you spend a little bit of time with does not
Yep.
have to be your person.
Right.
Yep.
Does not have to be. We have to be okay with walking away and telling people it's nice meeting you. We have
Yeah.
to be
Mm-hmm.
okay with that. We talked about rejection. Remy and Corey. Myra, were you on that discussion when we talked?
No,
Okay.
I think my
When we
power was out that time.
Yes, you're right.
I
You're
paid
And you
the
know
right.
what,
bill.
though?
It was an outage. Let me say it was an outage, not my
Yeah.
bill.
Yeah.
Myra, you ain't pay that bill and you looking for I'm just playing.
Hey, but look, check it though. I was gonna say some of this. Also, doing your dating trials and tribulations, sometimes it's a good way to look at a reflection of yourself too, as well, right? Let's not
The
always
mirror.
shift the blame on the other side, right? Let's not do that because we do that a lot, right? So if you're getting certain results and stuff like that, you got to kind of almost look at where you are. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
you may be making some missteps that maybe are drawing a certain type of person towards you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So use that as a tool to understand things from within. I'll definitely say that.
It's coming up. Y'all know what's coming, right?
Uh-uh.
Y'all know what's coming, right?
What do
Therapy.
black men go to therapy?
But woo!
And
My
it
Sylvester, that's what it is. Every time I do
and
this,
we
every
do.
time I
Trust me,
do
we
this,
do.
that means counseling.
Something I don't.
Yes. Sylvester, thank you. And I appreciate it that you say that
Yeah.
because there are still black men and women. There's still people out here that run from counseling and don't
Well,
feel like it's for
Mhm.
them and they
I,
don't
I
need it.
think I think the stigma now in this day and age is, well, if you go to therapy, you gotta be crazy. But nah, therapy
No.
helps you out in so many different ways. It's not just the mental. A lot of it is emotional. A lot of it's spiritual. And like Mark said, it gives you a chance to really look at, your faults and things that you've done. It doesn't have to necessarily be in relationships. It could just be in life. It could be
Right.
in parenthood. It could be in so many different aspects, but it definitely helps.
That's right. I'm gonna
I'm a
say it.
I'm a testimony for that.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too, brother. I'm gonna say it. I always say this. Counseling does not mean, like he said, that something is wrong and you trying to fix something. I say it like this all the time. Fortune 500 companies have consultants. They have people that they sit down with all the time that
Mhm.
prepare
Absolutely.
them and help them to be prepared for the next level and understand what that looks like. So whether you
Mhm.
have some faults, some issues, some problems, or you're just trying to come up, counseling. Yo,
Mhm.
it
I
is the
didn't know
best
what that
thing.
bell was. I thought
'Cause
a butler was gonna come to that.
you know what the bell is. Stop playing, Mark.
You
Oh,
walk up there like
Butler.
this. I was like, what the
You,
hell?
look, you ain't see me get my drink.
Exactly.
But yeah, counseling is a beautiful thing. Because
Yeah.
all the stuff we talking about, to be honest, and we already know it. We already know where it's gonna come from. Deep rooted and
Right.
and positioned in us before we even thought about having a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Dealing with
Right.
life as a
Mhm.
child and what we saw and how that happened and this happened. And what we even taught how to pick a mate. What we even
Yeah.
taught what dating look like in a healthy way. What you got, Myra?
Mhm. Okay. Well, actually, I just wanted to piggyback off something that Mark said.
What's up?
He was saying that when things don't work out, it's not always the other person. And actually, I recently saw, a topic like this on Facebook, but my response was sometimes it just doesn't work out. It doesn't mean that it's not my fault. It's not their fault. It could be nobody's fault. So basically, I think people should just, come to the realization sometimes you're just not for that person, or that person's just not for you. So for instance, if I meet someone and I don't like their communication style, just say if they're texting me and I say, well, hey, I'm not really a texter. If it's something quick, that's fine, but there's no way we can get to know each other. If they continue to text me, I'm not going to say that what they're doing is wrong, because it's not something that I would do, but it just doesn't work for me. And I just let them know, well, this isn't going to work for me. I think you're a great guy, be blessed, or whatever the case is. So I think that's something that we should kind of normalize too, because some people think, okay, you're single because, you were with somebody and somebody did something wrong. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and you can be mature enough to say, this really is not it. Because at this age, I feel like I have one good relationship left in me.
God damn.
And I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste it on trying to figure things out. So I want to just take my time, get to know a person.
Maya,
and
don't say that. Maya, you might get you one that one and then get you one at 80. Okay, you can get you two more if you have to. But you're gonna get you one more. You're gonna get you one. That's it. That's
Okay,
your last
okay.
one.
I'm a
I've
lover.
been knowing Maya a long
I'm a
time,
lover.
y'all. I've been knowing Maya since like 08. I've been
You
knowing
better
Maya
get
since
it right.
08. I've been knowing Maya longer than any of them.
But I'm just saying, I just feel like, people should just take the time, get to know a person.
Yeah.
If it's not going smoothly, don't try to make it go smoothly. We're not at a build a man, build a woman stage anymore.
Build a man.
Yeah, and don't take on any projects. If just like Mark was saying, what you attract. At one point, I noticed I was attracting a lot of men who had deeply rooted insecurity issues, and they were traumatized by something, or they were suffering from depression. And I didn't care, because hey, I can love you through this. I'm a fixer. I'm nurturing. I can just pour into you. Until I got to a situation where I was sick and I needed somebody to pour into me, and that person basically left. And God showed me then, I'm retired from projects. No more projects. If you need help, I'm not God. I can't save you. Go to therapy. Ring that bell.
That's right.
So yeah.
In other words, she's saying, what are you bringing to the table, fellas?
My bad, I'm sorry.
What are you bringing to the table, fellas? That's what she's asking.
I got one here.
A sound mind, Negro. A sound mind.
Happy, healed, and whole. No baggage.
Hey,
no baggage.
Right.
Well, I can't say no baggage. We all come with some baggage. This is how you unpacking it, who you unpacking it on, how you.
Nah. Or we could take fanny packs. Let's say we'll take
There
fanny
you go.
packs. We'll take a fanny pack. We don't need a book bag, a suitcase, a carry-on.
Okay.
If you somebody with carry-on, run, motherfucker. Not carry-on, check-in bag.
With a backpack, a
50
duffel bag,
pounds.
a rolling suitcase.
When you see that rolling suitcase, you better take your ass the other way.
Tip, say hey. Tip, I feel bad. Tip. Okay, Tip. Yeah, we still on the.
Hey, do this, Tip. Just get the
Right.
Hey, Corey, you know sound like it's Corey.
Well, family, I'm gonna have to leave y'all. I gotta make a trek back to Atlanta, so I'm gonna have to leave y'all and let y'all have it. I enjoyed the conversation, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you, Sylvester.
Definitely. Safe travels.
I appreciate it. Be
All
safe.
right, thank y'all.
All right, bro.
Go send me a text. Make sure you make it back safe.
I will.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Good, y'all.
Yeah, people
So-
We want to read some more
make
comments or
themselves
not?
feel
Yeah,
bad.
read some more comments. Hey, you know what? Hey, matter of fact, post some questions up there too. The comments are great. Post some questions. It's a good opportunity to ask, some things you probably ever wanted to know. We may be able to help you here, right?
Just
Yeah.
don't ask Mark what he does.
Oh,
Don't
please
ask Mark
don't.
what he does. Don't ask him
Time
what he
out.
does,
I
y'all.
didn't. Oh, guess what? Here's the thing. I don't have to say anything. She don't have to ask. It will glow. Call me Bruce Leroy. Call me Bruce Leroy.
It will glow.
It will glow.
It will glow.
Okay. So we
Go
have a
ahead, Troy.
comment. In dating, sometimes it's hard to find that balance between the rose-colored glasses and a pessimistic attitude.
Why y'all get so quiet?
Everybody taking that one in.
Okay, in dating, sometimes it's hard to find a balance between the rose-colored glasses and got it. Right.
Everybody
Right.
taking that in. What you
Right.
got on
Nah,
it,
I
Mark?
see.
What you see?
Now he said, okay, so in dating, sometimes it's hard to find balance between the rose-colored glasses and the pessimistic attitude. Maybe if I'm wrong, correct me. I'm looking at pessimistic. So the rose-colored glasses, I guess it symbolizes, is what you see is what is if that's what it is, right? Is the link? It's like a fog, right? Okay,
To make
so
everything look prettier
and
than what it
pessimistic
is.
attitude, meaning that,
Yeah.
I guess what you
Optimism.
see is a reality as far as your attitude. Are you going to be pessimistic, or are you going to be I guess I don't know. I'm digging.
Sir, can you
Y'all help
clarify?
me build on this. Goddamn.
Okay,
Goddamn.
pessimistic.
Can you clarify
Pessimistic.
in the
Here we are,
comments what you're
pessimistic.
saying?
The state of mind of someone
Mhm.
who always expects the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Who always expects the worst. So sometimes
Yep.
it's hard to find that balance between the rose-colored glasses and a person who is always looking for the worst. Always
That's not your
expecting the
person.
worst.
Mhm.
That's not your person.
That
And
person's
that
gonna
person
aggravate you, try you, stress you. No, that's not your person.
Yep.
Bye.
and sometimes you do have
We
some
can get
people that they try to get I guess from past dating experiences, you're always looking for the shoe to drop. You don't you self-destruct a possible relationship before it got started because you haven't properly healed or got that counseling to get over your past hurt. So you bring the old into the new.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out where I got a little lost is why is that hard? Because when he said it's hard to find that balance between the
Right,
roles,
because sometimes it may be a fact of again running into situations through dating. A lot of people go through the gauntlet of dating, right? So it's kind of hard to figure out, what's real and what's fake, what's good and what's not. For some. I'm not talking about for me. We just speaking in some. Go ahead.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Some
okay.
but what, Mark? Some but
Some
what?
but not
Some but not all. Some but not all. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
I think we're struggling with that statement because it's contradictory. Anything that has balance, it has to align. So you're saying it's hard to find a balance in something that's pessimistic. So they're on two different levels. So that
That's
would
what I
not
was
align
thinking.
at all. So that's why we're struggling with that. So because when you think of balance, you think of things that are smooth, that's harmonious, that's peaceful. Because otherwise it's off balance. And if someone's pessimistic, that's the glass half empty part. That's not on the have full spectrum. So I think
Right.
so. I don't think it's us. I think, but I see what the person's saying because sometimes people will try to make something right that's quote unquote wrong, and I think that we need to walk away from. But unfortunately, for people who are the biggest challenges, sometimes they have huge compensating factors. They could be like very nurturing, make you feel so special, make love to you the way you always wanted, and then on the flip side, they can have anger issues, they can be very negative, pessimistic. So, but it still just equals being toxic, and I think that person won't find balance with a situation like that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So it's literally the difference between the positive and the negative. Literally what he's saying. It's hard to find the balance between the positive and the negative.
And the negative, right.
That is what that's saying.
Right.
Oh, what grade did we have to go back to? We was all like,
I don't know, but that's why we bounce ideas. We all come to one conclusion.
there you go.
We all on one accord. Let's say amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
My cash
Yeah.
app is we're doing offering.
You know what?
I was just gonna
Door.
say, look, how you can do
Door.
it now. You can give. We'll put the QR code up. You can
Yeah.
give through the app.
Close the doors, ushers. Close the doors. I said, close the doors.
Lock
Yeah.
'em.
Okay.
We're
So
gonna take one more.
Wow,
does
that's
this
amazing.
weird?
Corey, you gonna read it?
Questions. Okay, well,
Yeah.
dating based on your wants versus what you actually need.
Go ahead, Corey.
That's a
Read
good
it.
question.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you? I was gonna say okay. Are you dating based on your wants versus what you actually need? Are you accepting of the person as they are, or are you dating on what you're hoping that person becomes based on your narrative of a good man or woman?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's separate questions. It's separate questions.
Hold
Hello,
on
John
one.
Porter.
Yeah, separate questions. But
Yeah,
let's
they're
break it
separate.
down real quick. Are you dating based off of your wants or versus your actual needs? If you're dating off of your wants, you're going to be disappointed. If you're
Bam.
dating solely off of your wants, you're going to be disappointed. There's
Yep.
always I put a put a little story in the official Atlanta dating singles. What is it called? I mean, Myra, I always say it wrong.
The official dating in Atlanta.
The official dating in Atlanta. I post a lot in there because I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. And I put a post in there about this gentleman that we were getting to know. A friend of ours introduced us, thought we would be a good match,
Yeah, I
getting
saw
to
that.
know each other. And he was like all in. He was head over heels, compliments all the time.
Mhm.
He was, telling me how he was taken with me and everything. And then it came down to it, and he wanted to have a conversation. And he was like, I can't do this. I can't date you. I can't date you. Wants over needs, right? I can't date you. And there was nothing negative said. Everything he said to me was positive, all the way down to you are the woman that you the woman that I would love to be in my life, my wife. You are what I'm looking for. But and this is on this part of it.
Where you at now?
He weighed out. He weighed out. He weighed out his wants over his needs. And he made a decision. He made a decision. He wanted to be with me, but based on what he needed, based on where he was and what he was doing, a lot of people look at that different. He was, I got some when he was insecure. He wasn't this, he wasn't that. But I was appreciative of that because although
Yeah.
he wanted me, he realized where he was that was not going to mesh well and was not going to turn out well. So I appreciated that. But when we're looking at our wants over our needs, we got to look at what we need. Because in wants, boy.
But you know what? A lot of people don't. But see, a lot of people don't. The sad part about it is, in reality, like in the wonderful world, who is that without? Good Lord, what the hell?
My
going
girl
on?
Tip, she get.
Okay.
We almost finished Tip.
Look, we at the end, and I'm just. Can y'all
Oh
hear me?
There we go.
wow!
Hey,
Oh,
you
There
know
ready
we
what?
now.
go.
She
Hey,
ready.
hey,
That's all right,
Right.
Tip. You're gonna be set up next
yeah,
week. I
yeah.
want to see the headset
Yeah,
Hey,
next
we
now
may
week.
we
have to
got
Yeah, I
have
have
what we
to
call
use this headset.
10 for Tip. Goddamn, 10. Give her 10 minutes of Tip because she been gone for about 45.
He said 10 for Tip.
10 for Tip. They're gonna be the next segment. Goddamn, get it in, Tip. She gonna be going in.
Shut up, Mark. Shut up.
TT time.
It took me forever to figure it out, but I was enjoying the conversation.
Hey, but you
That's
know,
all right. You
hey,
hear
but you know what?
now.
I was
Matters.
getting ready to say if I was rudely interrupted with all that shit. Basically, what happens is I truly feel based upon because my man said something in the beginning, and I hear the sentiments of that of the dating pool being pissed on and pissed in, and all the other stuff people say. And the reason that I would say that because really people we say a lot of people don't know purpose because they don't understand who they are, right? Because a lot of people are dating for shit. So a lot of people can't even identify what their purpose or who they are to determine what they need. right?
Mhm.
So now we have to step back a layer and really, this is just saying we have to really focus on, okay, purpose or preference. Okay. So now purpose, okay, what type of what purpose should someone serve within me, but who am I? Right. That's one step back. That's one step back. So I would probably say, even before we even get to that, we definitely got to understand who we are.
Who we are.
I'm going to piggyback off that. There's nothing wrong with wanting what you want, but at the same time, want what you want, but pay attention, be attentive, communicate to see if that what you want can provide what you need.
What you need.
Sometimes you get, it's kind of like Coming to America. You remember the part where the king tried to introduce Hakeem to the bride that he picked out for? Yeah, she looked good. You know, you had the body and all that, but you hopping on your leg and barking like a dog. Then on top of that, there, if I'm asking you what you desire and everything else, whatever you want, my king, okay, but you want a woman that got her own mind. You got a woman that could, you want a woman that could be the eyes in the back of your head, that got that nurse spirit. But this woman it lines up with your purpose. So, and not only does she line up with your purpose, but she's equally beautiful, if not more. As I shared this with somebody, with the dating, especially here in Atlanta, when you're trying to find what you want and what you need, it's like living in a city full of cubic zirconias looking for a diamond. You got to know, you got to know your purpose, what you want, and even salt looks like sugar. I don't care how good you look. If your mindset and your spirit and your emotional maturity is on low,
Yep.
you're not what I need. Although I may want you because you look hella good. Now, if I find this person that you're beautiful, you're emotionally mature, intelligent, you're nurturing, you understand the law of reciprocity, you're not materialistic, you put value in things that is not all financial, you believe in building together. That's what I call a triple threat. Not only can you provide me what I need, and not only if I'm being attentive to you as to what you desire and what you need, and I can provide it, but you're what I want too. Well, that's a one hitter quitter. It's time to seal the deal. But the thing, a lot of time people get so overly focused on the physical aspect of what they want, they miss out. Now, think about Tyler Perry movie. You had this man that was a millionaire, everything else, and he looked good, but whipping her tail behind closed doors. That ain't what you want. But yet you run across this man that looked good, but not only is he caring, emotionally intelligent, supportive, and everything, he provides everything that you need. I tell my daughters, don't be with somebody that's only just good to you. Be with somebody that's good for you as well.
That's right.
So you got to know yourself. You got to really know yourself. You got to be transparent with yourself, and then be transparent with the person. And don't try to pretend to be something what you're not, because you know who you are. Be yourself, because that's either going to draw to you what's for you or repel from you that's not meant for you. Because you are your own brain, and what you attach to yourself can either appreciate or depreciate the value. If you attach yourself to the wrong person because that's what you want, it can destroy everything that you worked and prayed for.
That's right. That's right. That's
So
why
you
you
need
have
to
to
be
be aware.
the hard pill to swallow is being honest with yourself and not overlooking the red flags, because this is what you want.
And you know what? I'm gonna add on what he just said, especially that tail end. One of the things we have to realize because some of us are most likely around the same age. Really, honestly, we don't have any more room for any setbacks. Let's be honest with you, right? At this point,
Mhm.
We in the fourth
right? So it's
quarter.
very, very right.
Yeah.
We on the back. I say we on the back nine, right? So,
With the first
but
mile.
right. So we have to make sure we limit our mistakes in not just our own individual life, but also who we deal with, right? Because
right.
the wrong person can definitely set you back. Well, at this point, it may be hard to recover because what I realized, as far as my profession, which is sales, Tori,
Oh,
what I realized is that the harsh reality of we're not going to be able to have the same resources at 30 when we are 60 or 70. It's going to look a little different, right? Because you're not going to have a whole lot of resources like you did then. It's going to shift, right?
Mhm.
Slightly, right? You still can take care of yourself, hopefully, but it's going to shift. So understand that the recovery time is not as fast, and you may not be able to recover at this point in life. So I
Right.
just wanted to lay that out for everybody to understand. Dealing with the wrong person set you back. It's going to be very difficult for you to catch up. Not saying
And
you
let-
can't, but don't risk it. That's all.
Yeah, let me say this because it's not just, and I know, like we said, we all are about the same age that's on this platform tonight. But I also always like to address and make sure we're talking to the younger people watching, the younger adults that are watching. You know, sometimes you don't have to hit your head on the same rock to realize that it hurts. Sometimes you can just listen and learn that the mistakes that we made, the decisions that we made, you don't have to make the same decisions. So, nobody wants to be at the point of starting over late, but reality is we're starting over late. And also the reality is we're learning, and if you're not, you should be learning from those mistakes. If you're starting
Mhm.
right.
over late, you should be learning from the experiences and the situations that got you where you are. Take accountability that I was a part of that, because I didn't make those changes early on. I didn't sit on that couch when I should have early on and figure some things out. Hush, Mark.
I'm
And
seeing your
figure some things
DoorDash.
and figure some things out. And figure some things out.
I think
But
it's a catch-22 though when you talk about
T for T. Go ahead, T.
purpose, purpose over preference, which you know I learned a long time ago that what I'm attracted to, what I like, what I see, will make my eyes go ooh, like this. It's not for me.
mhm,
It's simply not for me.
mhm,
So
mhm,
you know
yeah,
you
yeah,
learn, you humble yourself, and say okay. But then when he comes with most of the bells and whistles that a good man has, but then has the audacity
mm-mm,
to do some BS.
mhm,
So then you like, well, goddamn,
yeah,
I can't win for losing. The ones that I wouldn't have gave a chance to in my 30s, I'm opening myself up and saying, hey, come on, and they still full of it. So it's
mhm,
like I don't know.
mhm,
It's really a catch-22. I want to at least I don't want to wake up and be shocked at who I land with, because he's so wonderful, but he's packaged horribly, and they can't help that. And I don't, and I'm not a. Let me say this: I'm not a shallow person.
uh-huh,
I like I don't want to say conventionally unattractive men. I like chubby men. I like things that some people would consider unattractive. So I'm not shallow,
mhm,
but don't play me like there aren't things that you should be working on or that you're not slacking in some areas. So you should be a little bit more pleasant in your actions and the way you treat me and things like that. Because come on now.
Tip said, Tip will go out. Soon as he say something wrong, he do something wrong. Look, didn't I tell you ugly ass go sit down somewhere?
Every flaw
Look,
magnifies
No.
when a got
no,
nerve.
She gonna weapon it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't do that.
And then Tip, you ain't gonna have too much more room for error. He ain't gonna have too much. Get like
Brian,
the
I
most
beauty,
start
the cutie
staring
guy
at
stay
your
longer.
ugly
The
ass.
cutie
No,
guy
I'm
stay
just
longer.
Yeah, that's
Basically,
not
she's saying
saying
pick a struggle. Pick a struggle.
big
Okay.
struggle.
You
You
can't be
can't
ugly
be
and
fat
act
and
ugly.
an
Pick a struggle.
You
asshole.
can't, you can't be ugly and ugly.
Yes.
I think,
Something needs
Myra,
to
I
be
think I know him.
Hey, hey,
Waking up,
man.
waking up in the morning, looking at him like this
Yeah,
nigga here.
it's the
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That
Got
thing
Oh
the
gave me
wow.
a
nerve.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got
that
the nerve.
So you better be on your P's and Q's, goddamn.
Please.
yeah. But again, that does not mean that the person that you're with and that you're checking for is not attractive and that you're not attracted to them. My great grandmother used to say something. Of course, I was a small child when she was around, but it's something I've heard repeated through my family over and over and over. And my mother told me this: when you start dating, you pray. She said, she taught them, you pray for the exact person you want, down to the
Yep.
hairs on their head. You ask, and she prayed for my grandfather. She wanted a bow-legged chocolate man with the term soup cooler lips. Y'all know, remember that
Oh,
term?
Mhm.
And that's
that
Not
must
so
have.
exactly
much.
what that brother looked like. But she prayed for that. And he was a good
Oh, man.
man to her. He was a good man, Savannah. He was a good man. He was a good man
Yeah.
to her. He was a good man to her. So
Mhm.
we can't, we're not saying because you get of a certain age that you got to just accept. But what we're
Anything.
saying is
I don't know, going
look
for the gusto.
beyond,
I was gonna say what y'all talking about. Go ahead.
Mhm.
right?
Look beyond
Look
the green mountain.
beyond the physical. Don't
Absolutely.
just
Mhm.
stop.
Right.
Don't
Totally.
just stop there because he doesn't look like or she doesn't look like your dream person or that typical or whatever. Because
I think it's those men that they love the way you look. They value how you
Uh-oh.
present yourself, but they
Uh-oh.
take none in
I knew
themselves.
that was coming.
Uh-oh.
You said
I
that
knew
they
that was
what?
coming.
What'd you
say
say?
that
Ted? You said
again.
they what?
They what?
You said they love how you look, but they what?
They don't take any value in how
Yeah.
they look themselves.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
usually have
I'm not
money.
saying every man, but there are some men that they just
Some
don't
men are.
put
Right.
a lot of
And
care
then they
into their
usually have
appearance.
money.
Yeah.
And they
I
usually
agree.
have
I
money.
agree
So a
with
lot of
you,
women
Tip.
go for it.
Well, because I think the eye candy is more important to them. Who's on my arm? If
Mm-hmm.
she
It
look
is
good,
money and women.
yeah.
Money and
Money.
women.
I always tell a couple of my guys, they be like, "Well, man, she got this and this," and I check them. I be like, "How you gonna complain about how she look? At least she trying to keep herself up, and here you are, built like a thermometer, skinny on the top, and you look
Right.
pregnant on the
A
bottom.
thermometer.
It
A
said
wisdom
Get your
built like
a
a
wisdom
thermometer.
tooth. A wisdom tooth.
get
Go
your
ahead.
life together."
Are we
And one
are
thing
we
I
trying to
want to
plan
point out
are we trying to
to
plan a gender
piggyback off
reveal?
to piggyback off of Donna, the reality is this here. It's often been said, you're not gonna get 100% of what you want or
Mm-hmm.
what you need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if you got 80% or 85% of what you want to need, you shooting real good. Because nowadays, you shuffle that deck, you might end up with 10 out of 80.
Hmm.
We're all in progress. Like if
Absolutely.
I look at a woman, you may not have 100%, but you may be that 90 or 80% or that 75% might be that percentage that I'm missing to elevate me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Mm-hmm.
grow,
And then,
Mm-hmm.
and vice
oh,
versa. But don't look, don't focus on the physical if it can't balance out with what you need. If the physical outshadows what you need, you don't need it.
Mhm.
Don't get stuck on physical attraction, because sometimes maybe the reason you single because your type ain't your type.
Ain't your type. Woo.
Sometimes what you say, I want a woman that's like this. Okay, that's what you want. And you say, oh, that's my type. How that worked out for you for the past 10, 12, 15 years.
Mhm.
Then
Mhm.
end up with
yeah.
somebody that's not your type. And you be like, you know what? I was looking in the wrong place all along. Sometimes if you going left all the time and it's not working out, try going right.
Try
Mhm.
going right. That's right. That's
You know
right.
what? And then go ahead,
What?
Myra. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to piggyback off what Tip was saying. how sometimes a man wants a woman who looks a certain way, but he doesn't hold himself to the same standards. Someone recently told me that you can tell that men can tell how much money another man has by the type of woman he has.
Type of woman. That's why I
And
said
that's
he's on the
fine. Let's
wall.
talk about it. He said, think about it.
Yeah.
So all these guys who don't really care about how they look and they know they need to work on some things and improve some things, they really don't well, they have women that accept them because the woman looks a certain way, makes them feel a certain way because they have this woman, but they're paying for that woman. And that just, I mean, come on, we're in the capital of that, Atlanta, you know, so Tip, I mean, that is a very good point that you made. And unfortunately, I don't know why it happens that way, but
Yeah,
that ain't it for me.
I mean, I'm
Because
just
they stuck on image,
looks are looks
on an
look,
image, they want to live up to a certain image that's out
sorry.
there.
Oh.
So you won't mind spending a little change to do something strange to get with something that you can arrange. But if you know what I'm saying? But you figure if you get with somebody that look like they it's funny, you can cast that with date a woman that they would consider she may not be all that, but she does things that the one that look like all that doesn't do. You got people out here that will date multiple people to make one person.
Yeah, but that's messy.
Yeah, but you know what though? I'm gonna say this. You're absolutely right. Looks shouldn't be the only thing. Is man, again, making sure you limit. I said that earlier, as far as making a mistake of being with the wrong person. But I ain't gonna lie. Don't nobody go to the car lot looking for an ugly ass car. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
That's right.
Let's not play
Yeah.
that. Right. Let's not
Yeah.
say we're gonna go to the most unattractive car on the lot. We're gonna go to
Right.
the one that looks good. So naturally, by nature, we're gonna gravitate something that we find desirable with our eyes. Now, if you just so happen to hang around a dude that may be the opposite of that, it happens where you may be in a group setting. You may find somebody cool that may not be attractive to what you like, and you flow into that. And I can see when that scenario that works. But let's be honest, when you out and you look, you want to see something that you like.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Those relationships like that are usually the unexpected, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're the
Right.
unexpected.
Right.
I did not, because I'm
Right.
gonna be honest. The last gentleman that I was dating, so unexpected.
Right.
Like my mama looked at me, she was like,
Bugaboo
but
come
she
home.
literally was
Where
like,
you at now and how long did he stay, Donna? That's the best way to call it.
He's still calling it now.
but
She ain't picking up.
But he was the unexpected. He was a very sweet guy. He was a very sweet guy. He was the unexpected. He was not my typical type, not somebody I would even thought about looking at. But
Listen,
then,
and I have very nice friends because they don't say this to me. But my last person, we were together 6 years. Yeah, he gets. How you get her?
Oh yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
How did Lou end up with Tip? How did that happen? Like,
yeah.
and I'm saying you don't even appreciate it.
Oh man.
You just get offended and don't try to make no improvements.
But you know what though? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is rude. I know this probably might come back and bite me in the ass, but I gotta say this.
Like everything else you say.
It's a reflection on you because let me tell you what happened. So how can I say this? Okay, so what happened was I appeared on a show, right?
I saw it. I watched it.
Right. Okay. So here's the funny thing. The woman that I was with there, we no longer was together. But let me tell y'all something. I promise you, if anybody ever saw it, I was always asked, "One, are y'all together?" And I say no. Guess what that woman would always say? That wasn't your type anyway. I had
Wait,
this
not too
several
much.
times.
Not too much. And
And look, and then
too
one
much
time,
now.
right?
That's
So
my girl.
no. But here's the thing. Again, women even judge us by the woman that we have. Another incident, that same similar situation. I saw a girl that I dated before. I actually literally dated her. We lost contact with each other. I came back around. I saw her out, and I asked her out on a date. You know what she told me? I can't follow up after that.
Ooh.
You
Wow.
do lose points. You do
I'm
lose
sorry.
points with some women due to the fact of who you deal with. Because sometimes women look at you sideways, like you mess with that.
Yeah, that's
They'll do
true.
that.
That's a real thing. That's
That
a
is
real
a
thing
real
because
thing.
and I'm not saying that about that young lady you're talking about because I think very
Right.
highly of her. But I'm just saying,
Right.
if
Me
I
too.
see a
Me
man
too,
with a
obviously.
woman who I think is undesirable, I'm like, oh, that's what he likes, I don't care how long I may have, he may have
Right.
caught my eye or whatever. No, because no.
See,
So that is true. That's very good. Yeah, that's a very true statement. And just put a bad taste in your mouth. Like, really?
right.
I'm a partner
So let's
like
keep
that.
it real.
I was trying to play matchmaker because he's a nice looking brother. And when I tried to hook him up with one of my other friends, her response was, "Nah, I can't get with that because he look like he'll lay down with anything. Look at that."
Mm.
You know. Or as her terminology was, he'll sleep with a booger whoop, and no, I can't do that.
Yeah, man.
That's her perspective versus
what you
somebody
got?
you actually
So we are
dated or
judged by
something you
women
actually
too as
did.
well, who we have on our arms.
Right. Corey, what you got?
Oh, I'm just listening.
Oh, 'cause
I
I
didn't
thought
see the show,
I
so I
yeah.
have no point of
we-
reference. So I was trying to figure out what I don't understand what the
Okay.
Like, I
You
didn't.
yeah, the show.
I don't get.
Yeah,
the
we're gonna have to.
We'll
gonna have
talk
to
about that later. I don't like to bring
Yeah.
this so
I
long
get
up.
you. I just couldn't. I was like, I'm lost. So
It's okay.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wanna keep this all up here.
Keep it
Go
out
ahead.
here.
But I
Tip,
kind
you
of get
did
what y'all are
one
talking about. I
thing
feel
that's
like
true.
ultimately,
Go ahead, Corey.
I feel like I felt like that before, but I happen to know the character of the person that they had dated, and I'm like, nah, not the person. They were a nice looking lady, but
Yeah.
with her character, you were either completely messed up by now, and you ain't good to
That's true.
nobody. Because her character, when I tell you the person's character was messed up, they messed up.
Yep.
Or, yeah, nah. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank
Yeah,
you.
you said a mouthful when you said that some people. How you said it? You're just wondering how you got her. Brothers, we do say that sometimes. We'll see a nice, gorgeous looking woman with Shrek, and the first one we say is, "Oh, he paying for that. He buying that." Ain't
Hey.
no way in the world she would have liked that. He
Hey,
paying for
Remy, you know what? I probably did that earlier, down to a point that I feel like women just sometimes they will in the looks department. I'll be like, oh well, I guess he got him one. I might see that now, but you're right. At a certain point when he was younger, we look at him and be like, oh man, how you get shot? You know what I'm saying? So
That
yeah. Now it's like, oh, they do anything now.
Yeah, and then the funny part on the flip side, bro, this what you used to be like, right? We used to be like, this ugly joker got that, and I'm still single. What the hell?
Oh, he said Travis Hunter.
Oh man,
Travis Hunter.
I don't think Travis Hunter is unattractive.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think
he make ugly faces.
Walk with me though. Walk with me.
He make ugly faces.
Well, she said he made ugly faces. He's not ugly. He just made ugly faces
Yeah,
too.
he's not unattractive.
He do the Wanda a lot.
What?
Wanda?
Yes.
Yeah,
he does those faces.
Yeah, he usually plays black. He has a nice
Him mama's baby. Him mama's baby. Him mama's baby.
But
Him
what
mama's baby.
God's child.
What I saw, honestly, was I looked at the person he was with, because I only heard about him after there was some issue with her behavior, I guess, during his award ceremonies. And I didn't look at him. I was like, oh. And I looked, I'm like, well, why is she acting like this? She's supposed to be supportive. And to me, I saw what I thought was her character. I don't know her, but the way she behaved was like she wanted, I don't know if she wanted to be centered in the attention. I don't know. But
Travis Hunter dumb. Travis Hunter dumb because the things that she did, even things that she did in his presence, that showed that this is not wifey material. And you still went and married her, and then when you got
we don't know. We don't know the closed doors. We don't know to come up on the relationship. We don't know. We don't know.
I agree down there.
We don't know.
Because we're the ones who don't know what's going on. They know what's going on. We don't. We only see a tip.
Look, Philander's
we get the bits and the pieces that they want to show to bring to make a story. So we don't know. But either way, she got her little bugaboo, and they where they are. And,
look at you, see?
Her energy was definitely off at their wedding.
Corey
Her
B.
energy
See what
was
I'm talking
off.
about, Corey B?
Your mama's baby. I keep telling
Mhm.
y'all, him mama's baby. Cause
Hey, so
mamas
Mhm.
they love their babies. They don't care
this is
what they look
this
like.
is the reason why, fellas, upgrade all the way across the board. Go swing for the fences, fellas, because if not, you will be judged.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all.
Know
Everybody
what you
has
settle. Know what you settle.
every what grandma used to say, every baboon think they baboon cute. So
Oh man.
whatever's for you, whatever you
Oh
like,
my
whatever
goodness.
you like, whatever Flavor
Mhm.
Flavor
Flav
Flav
got
got
See, now
you.
children,
Michael
right?
Sure
Davis was
does.
disrespectful. He said Flavor Flav
Flavor
got you. I
Flav
don't
got
know.
Hey,
children.
but you know what though? But on some real talk though, even though and look, this is just from what I'll say this. From what I've heard, he's very charming. If you hang around him enough, you may find him attractive.
It's just
There's a
some
lot
Mhm.
of guys like that.
that
You know what I'm
But
happens.
saying?
that's what I'm saying. He
That
Right.
compensates
Yeah, he
for that.
compensates for his,
happens.
his charm,
'Cause
right? I've
Right.
heard
So
that.
there we go
that's
with
what I'm not
that.
understanding. The ones who don't
Yeah.
compensate, who don't feel they have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
There we
Y'all
go
so
with that.
disrespectful.
There we go with the personality. Yeah,
That's
tip a
okay.
little upset.
I
We
mean, but
gonna
that
have to
make
talk
it
about
horrid. You got this nice lady on your arm. Don't do that.
Mm.
Don't
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
that.
man.
I agree,
I've
Tip.
seen that, man. I know.
I agree.
I had to be on repeat
Right.
about grooming the way you shape that beard.
I,
Mm-mm.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
Still just as
Look at my
woolly
Tip,
as
man
I
you
messing on
want
agree.
his
to
When you
be.
beard.
said Tip, when you said the audacity, our girl, I already knew. So I
Listen.
agree.
Yeah,
I
that's too much.
understand what you're saying.
It ain't nothing wrong with a
Yeah.
ruggedly handsome
I
man.
said, what
Yes.
you
Get it together.
Look at
all
Corey
right, y'all.
B.
We gonna
Yeah.
Corey B
move this.
clutching her pearls. Look at Corey B.
No, because she's talking about a beard, and that's my area. I'm from the tri-state area. We do
See?
listen. They
It's
do
important, right?
we do listen. If your beard ain't right, don't nobody want to talk to you. If you can't connect, you're not gonna get no wife, no girlbucket. You might get a
Oh
scuzz
wow.
bucket off the street, but
Damn,
don't nobody
Corey.
really want
Yeah,
you.
and that-
Listen, when I
Oh
look at a
wow.
man and I see that beard,
Corey, what did he do to you though? You
Yeah,
got a
Corey,
stupid beard.
so basically what you're saying, if he got a coochie face or it's like patches, it's a
Right.
no-go.
To each his own. To
Coochie
each his
face.
own.
That was a good
who
question.
takes
Let Corey
yeah.
answer that.
Orlando, that's
No,
no. The man
to
is
each
older
his
than me,
own.
Y'all
To
Orlando.
each
corny
his
as
own.
hell,
Everybody
man.
likes what they like. Everybody likes
Oh
what they
man.
like. All right, y'all. We gonna reel this back.
Oh
All
man.
right, all right.
Y'all, what are y'all
it's
doing,
getting
man?
into a whole nother
What we doing, man?
conversation.
We gonna do a
Oh,
whole
Hey,
another,
man. Hey, Remy,
whole another.
Hey,
Like,
Remy,
That's what the
Remy,
topic
guess
We
is.
don't
what?
want to
Remy,
talk about folks now.
hey,
Come
Remy, I
on,
got
we
something for
ready.
you. We going live after this show. We going live.
Yeah.
Me and you.
we gonna
Me and you,
talk
I got
about,
some more brothers
So
too.
y'all
We
can
finna
talk
go
about
in.
the
We going
patchwork.
in.
What?
We going in.
she said she didn't want to date him because his face looked like 101 Dalmatians with that beard. We're gonna call that out.
Right, call it out. Shit.
We're gonna talk about
Wait,
it.
what?
I got it. I got it. I got it. You like what you like. You don't
Get
like what
busy,
you don't
man.
like. Everybody know you got to come a certain way. You got to come right. You have to come
Mhm.
We gotta
right.
get off here.
And to the
Hey,
Tell
brothers,
us every
Yeah.
hey,
way you
Corey,
got to come
Corey,
right.
tell
brothers,
us.
if you want her to keep her appearance up, keep your
Hey,
appearance up.
yeah.
Keep
Say
Hey,
your
that.
grooming, your
beard
dress
gang,
game.
beard gang that's out there. Big
Mhm.
hit Corey B up on the inbox and let her grade your beards, okay?
I'm gonna tell you what lotion to put
Oh
on your
my
beard.
goodness. That was so crazy.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Look, keep yourself presentable. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep yourself presentable. The person that loves
Mhm.
you think about them when you getting that hair done and you getting that beard trimmed or whatever you doing. Think about them, what they desire, what
Mhm.
they like, what they appreciate. That's
That's
what it's
right.
about.
Put some
And that's
effort
Mhm.
right.
in to be
Mhm.
attractive to your
That's what
mate.
it's about. All right,
And
y'all.
I like
I
we
how
love
y'all
love it.
dressed that
you.
up.
That's how they produce
I
content.
so appreciate y'all.
Y'all
This
crazy,
topic was
man.
good. I look, I love how we just at the end just kind of free flowed. It's fine. It's fine. It's always a good time. It's always a good time. So I usually at this point I have everybody kind of say their closing statements to the topic, any thoughts they may have had. I think Remy and Mark actually prematurely did that, but it
What we
was
do?
it was right in line. It was right in line to kind of give you a closing out. Y'all said some really good things. Your last statements before we started talking about patchwork. Um, So, so, so Myra, you have anything you want to leave us with, my dear?
Okay, on the topic of 50-50,
Yes, ma'am.
back on the
Let me
topic.
put it back
Okay.
because I think people remember what we're
We
talking
talked
about.
about a lot of things. Yeah,
We did.
so I just feel like that should not be a question that one person asks another. Just take the time to get to know the person. And ask like intentional questions about certain things if you're not gathering that information. And then the table looks different for everybody. Like I said, some tables are round with 3 legs or square with 4 legs or one big pedestal in the middle. So what one person may need from a mate, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all of those things, you just take the time and find the person that's going to bring something that y'all put together where y'all can build and you mesh. That's simple.
All right, all right. What about you, Miss Tip?
I definitely agree with Myra.
Take 10, Tip.
Hush, hush. Um, I'm not with the 50-50 thing as far as that being a subject in with somebody I'm dating. Like Mark said, you basically collecting data. So the things that I need to know, I'll find out, and he will find out about me. As long as I'm not dealing with somebody that's irresponsible with their life. We grown big adults at this point, so we're taking care of ourselves. We're self sufficient at this point. So we both got tables, so there's nothing to worry about in that aspect. Is our chemistry intact? Do we complement each other? Are we enjoying each other's company? Not a perfect relationship, but is it just smooth?
Mm-hmm.
And am I
Mhm.
genuinely happy? And that's what's
Mm-hmm.
important to me. So, you know.
Okay.
Tip, you
Thank
got
you.
7 more minutes. Come on,
No,
let's
I
go.
don't.
All right, Miss Corey, what you got?
I just put it shouldn't be asked. It should be
Yeah.
what you see in the person, that you don't have to ask things. If you just look and you just pay attention, you'll know exactly what they provide. And quickly. It's not going to take long either. That's it.
All right. All right. Well, I really appreciate y'all. I really
Michael Jackson.
see the comments. Right.
I'm in the comments too. Like,
Yeah.
all right, Scrubs.
Right?
There you go.
So
That paper talk.
they
That
went
paper
nuts off
talk.
that song. They took that song just
It's
serious.
amazing how that paper come back around again. We were just talking about this. Y'all
Oh
care about that
man.
money.
Oh man. Oh
To the
man.
question thing,
I do
to
have
the
one little bitty itty thing to add since I do have some minutes.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
We're gonna put some
to the
minutes back on your card.
No,
Go ahead.
when we when we
we
talked
live in
about
a
piss
world
in the
where we try
pool,
to find a good person. So when you do find a
This
good
nigga
person,
Remy just going in.
I'm just about to say this. When you out there trying to find a good person and it's hard to find a good person, when you finally do find a good person, lose the on the table or what the table. Both of y'all are the prize. Both of y'all are the table.
yeah, there we
Mm,
go.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Come on, Tip. What you
So
got, baby?
when we talking about
So,
piss in the pool, I listened to somebody earlier today and they said it ain't piss in the pool, it's blood in the pool.
Oh, come on now.
A
Y'all
bunch of
woo,
wait, hold on, listen how he described it. He said it's a bunch of injured folks out here
Hmm.
trying to date when they ain't ready.
Hmm.
So they bleeding on you in turn. So it's a bunch of dysfunctional folks out here in the world unhealed, but still trying to move on, but they ain't got over their ex yet, or they're still suffering from PTSD from a different situation or whatever. They're coming to us unhealed, and that ding 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 is very necessary before you jump into this dating pool.
That's right.
It's
That's
very
right.
necessary.
Take the
amen.
time. Take the
Mm,
time. Nobody's going to be completely and perfectly whole,
right.
but work toward that. Make
Mhm.
sure you're doing that stuff for you, for
Mhm.
yourself. So
Mhm.
whatever you bring to someone, because being in a relationship, it's about the other person.
Mhm.
If you thinking about yourself getting to I want, you need to stay single.
It's
So
a lot of compromise.
take the time to do some self-evaluation and see what you're bringing. to the table.
Hmm.
See what you're bringing. All right, y'all. I really appreciate y'all joining tonight. We stressed it tonight, but we good. It's all good.
Hey,
It's
look, check
all
this out. Can I
good.
say one thing? Guess
Woo!
what? So look, I
Sure.
got a couple of fellas. We about to switch over. I got some fellas coming in. We're gonna do a reaction show. Remy, I'm gonna get your information. I want you to come on in. We going live in about 10, 15 minutes.
All right. All right. And so listen, I put this on my page and I wanted to say, just announce it, and the invite is there. I'm having on Labor Day weekend, August 31st at 3, I'm having an adult water day party. Like, we doing it all. We gonna have the water slide that accommodates grown folks. We doing the slip and slide kickball. We gonna have a good time. So when you see that on my page, my Facebook page, or if I've sent you an invite, go ahead and RSVP so we can have a good time, grown folk style, because we love to have fun as well. We love to have fun too. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. We will see y'all next week, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, we're not sure what the topic is going to be yet, but it's week 3 of the You Can Get With This or You Can Get With That, the singles edition. It's all about the single folks. Y'all have a good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you too.
Platform,
Bye,
stay
everybody.
put. Platform, stay put. Say good night, but platform, stay put for me.